Thank you very much. We heard a lot earlier about offshore renewables being potentially contributing a huge deal to climate change emissions. They can play a part. We need to be strategic about it. A welcome commitments from several of the panel members to a Scottish Marine Bill. We need strategic planning at sea. That's really important. But let's remember at the base of it all, the marine environment, the engine house for the species and the wildlife there, and there are places in the sea that aren't appropriate for renewable developments. There are places in the sea not appropriate for aquaculture, not appropriate for fishing. We need some good, solid legislation to recognise those precious places in the sea and protect that powerhouse. After all, Scotland's marine environment contributes £14 billion to Scotland's economy. We need to keep that engine house functioning. Thank you.
And the question is?
And the question is, the question is, how will the panel protect Scotland's species and habitats in the next term?
And I know you're just so keen to sit down there.
Yeah.
A marine national park, yes, no, for the Hebrides?
Marine national park, yes, but that would need to have protected areas within it as well. Marine national park is a tool for local management, as would marine spatial planning throughout Scotland's seas.
So hang on a minute, you need a protected bit within a marine national park that's to protect things?
A national park is a way to manage activities at sea, but it's a toolbox. We don't have the tool in that box to actually properly protect the sea life, even within a national park.
So a marine national park wouldn't be enough to protect the sea life?
No, we still need legislation to protect the important elements of the seabed from all damaging activities. We've got about 0.002% of the UK seas are protected from all.
Can I just try to visualise what this protect? I'm seeing gunboats now. What kind of thing? You know, there's the seal. How are you gonna help?
Well, we do need enforcement. That's correct.
So gunboats, yes.
No. If you go to Norway and you go diving in Norway, and you're a diver and you come up with a protected species like a crayfish, and you're not supposed to be taking that up, there's enforcement there that will ensure if you
put it back.
You put it back, and if a diver on that boat goes and takes that crayfish and they're witnessed doing that by the enforcement authorities, the dive boat loses its license. And it's as simple as that. It can be done. We need to be looking to other countries.
So there's a lot of boats out looking at people having boats.
We need enforcement, yes, as well.
Right. Okay, that's a scenario and a half. Pat, you've been quiet.
Marine National Park, yes, we would certainly support that. When we get the 7 or 8 MSPs that Leslie was predicting, we also have a fishing bill to go through Parliament that would actually offer, that would protect our fishing industry, which is fantastically important, and offer incentives to fishermen in this country.
If I'm getting this right, this is like, I don't like fishing either. Am I right?
No,
you're okay with fishing?
Fishing's an essential part of the Scottish economy. It's a role to play in a local sustainable economy. There's sustainable forms of fishing, and it's about having all these activities.
But you want protection from everything for certain areas?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, just want to clarify it. Yes. Okay, Mark?
Yeah. Marine Bill, yes. Marine National Park, yes. Ship-to-ship oil transfer in the Firth of Forth, a big no. The fact that... And no better reason for having a marine bill than the fact that Forth Ports is both going to make a profit out of dangerous and messy ship-to-ship oil transfer in the Forth, and it's supposed to be protecting the environment of the Forth. That's got to be one of the things that has to change, and that's one of the reasons why we need a marine bill urgently.
Sorry, Liz. Mr. Finney, if you're so passionate about these kind of marine issues, why are you the single biggest stoppage in the Community of Arran Seabed Trust proposal for a no-take zone for scallop dredgers in Lamlash Bay? It has community support, it has local authority support, it has cross-party support, it has government agency support. The only thing that is stopping it is you and your officials.
Well, as I've said on several occasions, I think that what is absolutely essential, that if we're going to have Scotland divided into various areas, then these have got to be areas which we can manage. We can't have, I mean, I appreciate your particular view. You would rather have Lamlash and the Lamlash Bay only. But on the Clyde, we've got to have a system which is actually manageable across the piece. You've put forward your proposition. That proposition has been very thoroughly looked at, but I do think that within the Clyde, you've actually got to look at slightly bigger areas. Otherwise, it simply becomes unmanageable. I respect what you say, but frankly, if we're going to have that, then you've got to have it in areas where you can actually deal with the varying conflicting interests across the Clyde, and you've got to be able to manage them in a process that you can do that. And that particular proposal, admirable as it is for that particular area, does not lend itself to a cohesive...
Okay.
Can we have a marine national park in Scotland? Simple as that, yes or no?
Do you think that will end up with another 100% voting for it? We're trying to introduce difficulty, so you actually have to choose.
Well, why choose the Hebrides? There's five,
I'm asking you,
there's
choose something.
There's 5 search areas at the present time. There's quite a lot of support from Dumfries and Galloway for the Solway.
But what I'm asking you is, do you think your question will actually tease out some difference in this hall?
Well, I think we need a thorough marine national park set within a spatial planning network.
Okay, we can make, the attempts with these questions is to try and force some choice. But if you'd like to move to that question, that's fine.
With respect, this is a false choice. Are Scotland's political parties geared up to deliver us a marine national park with all of the caveats that we've heard?
Okay, would people like to change it to that general question? Because the difficulty is, I'll tell you what, can I suggest something? That we do the two, the same way as we did before. You can vote on this one, and then we can have the general one. It seems like people want to make a general point rather than make specific ones, but it's nice to know what people think specifically. So would you like to just phrase? I'll tell you what, let's vote on this one, then we can get your phrasing, because Graham may need to change it, okay? So you sit and figure it out fast. Okay, let's vote. Alrighty. Okay, let's see how we're doing. Right, that's interesting.